beautiful souls, welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. So this is a new series I'm going to be trying out for this week. Each day of the week has been a themed day and will be a themed day, and then at the end of the week I'm kind of going to see how each video does, and depending on both how I feel about it and how well it's received, I'm going to continue doing theme days each day of the week. So for Tuesdays, it is Tea Time Tuesday, so be sure to grab a cup of tea or water or coffee or anything and join me for this reading. So I have already pre-pulled the cards, and it's just gonna be like a little cozy chat, get together kind of theme reading. So yeah. Also, for what I'm drinking right now, this is chamomile tea that I have brewed. It's no longer hot, otherwise this cup would normally have all the houses like colored, but it's very lukewarm now, so and empty. I think I finished my tea before the video. This is my second attempt at filming this video today, so even though I made tea just a few minutes ago, I've already finished it. Anyhow, let us get into the reading. So the first deck that I'm going to get into is my Herbal Tea Magic deck. I really want this deck to be the star of the show for this theme. So I'm going to go through these cards, and then I'm going to go through also my herbal cards I have. If you are interested in any of the decks, I do have links down below in the description. They're not affiliated, but if you want the decks for yourselves, that's where you'll find the information. So the Herbal Tea Magic deck, I had 4 cards that came out. So the first card is Blackberry Leaf. And also, it's important to note that you may find it useful to use these specific teas or herbs in your herbal practice this week, or to use them in different foods that you make, and you might find that the intentions that each one has might be significant. So if you feel the need to bring it into your life in some way this week, definitely let me know in the comments which card speaks to you the most and how you plan on using the information on them. So with Blackberry Leaf, we have money, overcoming challenges, and return to sender. So you might use this as a return to sender spell. And if there's like negative energy, perhaps you make a blackberry tea or a blackberry leaf tea, and as you're stirring, you're saying you're sending all negative energy back to sender. Overcoming challenges, so if you're facing any challenges in your life, you may find it useful to even eating blackberries as well, but you might find it useful to have a tea or something with blackberry leaf to help you overcome those challenges. And money is also on here, so it could be related to financial issues, and I really think that tea is one of the most beautiful ways to integrate spellcraft into your life in like the simplest way, because from the brewing of the tea, the steeping of the tea, the stirring of the sugar, even having like a spoon that's like a little wand, and as you're stirring, you're just meditating on intentions and imbuing the tea with intention, and you get to go throughout the rest of the day with that following you, right? With that within you as well. So tea is just such a beautiful way to integrate magic into your life. And even if you don't really believe in magic or witchcraft or anything like that, you may still find it useful to use tea or coffee as a way to slow down in the mornings and just be a lot more intentional. So once again, we have blackberry leaf tea or blackberry leaf. Next is very common. We have cinnamon, luck, energy, and abundance. For anyone who is very familiar with spellcraft, cinnamon is a very powerful spice or herb to use in abundance and attracting positive things into your life. It's like probably the easiest way to just integrate that into your life. So Again, if you're making tea or coffee, if you have like whipped cream or hot chocolate or anything, and you just sprinkle some cinnamon, and just with the intention that I want to attract more abundance, I want to attract more luck, more energy into my life. You have cinnamon to help you do that. I've also seen people put cinnamon on their nails, like their nail polish, and they'll like paint it underneath. So that's also really cool. But again, luck, energy, and abundance. And then we have licorice roots, attraction, empowerment, and control. Attraction, empowerment, and control. Alright, so you might even eat just like the licorice candy. I really feel like you can get as creative as you want with these, and bring it into your life in whatever way that you see fit. But we have attraction. Maybe you want to attract certain people or certain things, certain opportunities into your life. Empowerment, control. So maybe there's a part of your life where you need that empowerment, where you need to feel confident. You might use licorice root as kind of a part of that. And then a control. Now, I personally don't seek out control, but perhaps there is a situation where you just need a level of control, maybe over yourself, over your emotions, or you need to have an upper hand. You might find it useful to integrate licorice roots. And then we have black tea, which is a very common tea. We have grounding, strength, and expelling negative energy, or expelling negativity. So grounding, using it to ground yourself. I know that if you have like a white teacup, maybe you might feel led to do tea leaf reading. So maybe you might have like loose tea, and you can find videos on YouTube on how to do it, but you might find it useful to use black tea. Grounding, strength, and expelling negativity. So those are all amazing intentions for each of these teas. They all serve a purpose. Let me know if going forward you would like to just see one tea that's being focused on, or multiple, but I just wanted to pull many different cards today. But yeah, all of these have energies of kind of overcoming something, overcoming a challenge, coming out on top, attracting abundance, having energy. So this could be something that you need in this time. You need that energy to help you keep going, to help you, once again, succeed, overcome. So definitely consider using these herbs in your herbal practice. Alright, so I have a few more decks, a few more cards. From my herbal astrology deck, I pulled one card. We have Gotu Kala, number 17, higher consciousness. Higher consciousness, and I really feel like the energy of this card really leans into that intentionality, that slowing down, that meditation energy, connecting with source. So I like to say for myself personally, I don't find it necessary to always sit in the lotus pose in meditation. A lot of times, just being still with a cup of coffee, sipping, and just letting your mind flow can be just as meditative. And I really feel like integrating that energy with your tea can also bring in a lot of answers, using that time as a time to seek out answers from your spirit guides, from your higher self, higher consciousness. So connecting with your higher self should be something that you might want to bring into your life, starting now, starting today. But yeah, I just released a video yesterday for Moon Days called How to Strengthen Your Intuition, and one of the things that I spoke about was connecting with your guides, connecting with your deities, whatever spiritual practice you have, but integrating it into your life in a more holistic way. So I know a lot of people do specific rituals depending on the practice that they have, rituals, or they might have a certain schedule of things, they might have certain ceremonies. But really, creating even a ritual around your tea or your coffee in the morning, right? You already have to wait for maybe the water to get hot, or for the tea to brew, or for the coffee to brew. Use that time and all the energy around that time to create intention for the day. I know a lot of different people have little schedules that they have, right? I'm still personally trying to develop my morning routine a little bit more, but I would think like the ideal morning would be probably pulling some cards or having a planner out and just writing, planning for the day, setting intentions, just using your morning. And I know a lot of people have different mornings and different morning routines, but using the time that you have in your morning, even for the most mundane things, to find empowerment, find answers, seek answers. Yeah, even driving. Driving is super mundane, but I find about 80% of the time I drive in silence, and that's when a lot of things come through for me. So we had Gotu Kala, or Kola, higher consciousness. How can you connect with your higher consciousness today, right? Alright, this next deck that we have is the cannabis deck. I'm pretty sure it's called the cannabis deck. It might be something slightly different, but I call it the cannabis deck because of the design of it. I really love these cards. So the first card is Thrive, Variety, Tolerance. So there could be people in your life currently or situations in your life that maybe always bring you into the state of friction. Like you always get triggered or frustrated or annoyed by certain things or certain people. And there's a level of patience and tolerance that you need to have concerning those environments, which isn't always easy for sure. I find a lot of the time if I'm in a situation where it's just going to keep triggering me or it's going to keep annoying, I'm just going to walk away, But you might be in a situation where you really just need to have more tolerance. You might need to tolerate certain people, certain things a little bit more, slowing down, having a level of peace within yourself that outside circumstances don't affect you as heavily as maybe they previously had, right? Thrive, Variety, which Variety is like sobriety. Thrive, Variety, Thrive, sobriety. So perhaps even keeping like a calm mind, keeping a mind that isn't so stimulated all the time. And in this like depiction, the artist's depiction, there's like these beings behind him, which feels like higher self, spirit guides, ancestors. So this energy of like having this protection around you, having this counsel around you, and just like weaving through maybe the thoughts going through your mind and judging things as they come through with a level-headedness, level-mindedness. Some of you might also find it helpful to be within nature, just sit down by a tree, sit down in the grass, and just breathe, and definitely let me know if you have any specific, if you see a card and you think of something, let me know down below how you interpret it, because I love hearing other people's interpretations. So this is the Thrive, Variety card. He's holding a feather, and I'm not quite sure what this is. It could be not a lantern, a flask of some kind, possibly. Even what he's holding could be significant to you, so definitely let me know. Alright, the next card is I just love the energy of this card. Carvasar, Autonomy. Now it has the classical chariot energy. I also sometimes see the staff that she's holding as a lightsaber. But autonomy, And then you have the Sphinxes, but it has Chariot. So the Chariot in tarot is a card of victory, the card of kind of going to war and coming out victorious. Or there's a word I'm thinking of, I can't quite come through at the moment, but it's like the victor. And but the word here is autonomy. So where in your life do you need to have more autonomy, or where in your life do you need more victory or more to come out on top, basically? Maybe there's somewhere where you haven't fully stepped into your power, or haven't fully stepped into kind of an energy of ownership, or an energy of knowing that you can get what you want, or knowing that this thing is for you. So, this kind of reminds me of just someone who is conquering, someone who's taking on responsibility for something that they desire, they want, and they're just going after it fully, right? Someone who's taking ownership of a role, an opportunity. Maybe for someone here, it might be starting a business that you've been kind of going back and forth about for a long time. For me, it's this channel finally stepping up and showing up with daily videos, or constant, continual videos, showing more creativity, showing more passion, because this is what excites me, this is what brings me energy and joy. So, why not put more of my energy into that? So what is it in your life that maybe you haven't been giving it the time and the attention that it needs for it to thrive? And maybe it's something that you want to thrive, but you haven't been putting in the right amount of energy, or the right type of energy into it. Perhaps you might be depending so much on other people and their opinions, or what they will expect from you, or maybe even help from others, that in this particular case isn't needed. Maybe there are a lot of people who are speaking in your ears, who are kind of bringing all these different ideas and things, but you need to have a level of autonomy for yourself, and knowing who you truly are. What is it that you truly want? Something that I stress, I think I've probably mentioned it in some of my videos, but I'm someone who gets inspired by many people. When I see people who are operating in their power, who are operating authentically, it inspires me. And sometimes I think that it's easy to misplace or confuse inspiration for thinking that we should do it ourselves, when that's not the case, right? You can be inspired by someone else and maybe take parts of what you've seen, or transmute it into something else, or a different design, for example, without copying, right? And I find that early on, especially in different things that I've tried, I would copy people, but it's become so much more I'm so much more intentional about when I start things, asking myself if I'm doing it because I want to do it, or am I doing it because other people are doing it. And I've noticed, and I've realized that it's very easy to get caught up trying to do something just because it succeeds for other people, when in reality it's probably not meant to succeed for you, because it's not on your path. Alright, so the next card that I have is one more from the cannabis deck. It is a Dorosinsin tradition. Very interesting imagery. So this just in and of itself reminds me of ancestry, respecting ancestry, honoring ancestry. So if this is something that you already do, if this is a practice that you already have, this card is maybe just reminding you about the importance of it, or just inspiring you to do something for your ancestors this week or this month. Sorry. Maybe there's specifically someone you might want to honor in this month or in this time. I know Mother's Day just passed this past weekend, and Father's Day is coming up, so you might be wanting to honor your mother's side or your father's side of your family in some way. But yeah, just looking at the imagery of, again, let me know what this imagery kind of elicits for you. The long tongue is very interesting because it reminds me of a snake or like a lizard. So that's very interesting. But there isn't really anything coming through for me specifically concerning this card. It just looks very like tribal, primal in a way. I find it very satisfying to look at, but definitely let me know what you think down below. Alright, so the last set of cards is the Spirit Allies cards. This was one of my first decks that I ever had. Well, the first deck that I ever got. And I'm missing a card. I'm probably gonna cut that out. But this is the Spirit Allies deck. The Spirit Allies deck has 5 guides, or 5 sets of guides. It has plants, goddesses, crystals, animals, and zodiac signs. So I pulled 3 cards for this particular reading, and I'm going to be reading from the guidebook because it has affirmations, it has mantras. It's just, I really love this deck in particular, and I look forward to using it a lot more on this channel. So the 3 cards, we have 1 animal ally and 2 crystal allies. So any of these might be significant to you. All 3 of them might be significant to you. So we have number 42, the moth. We have number 21, rainbow fluorites. And we have 17, labradorites. Alright, so number 42. Okay, so number 42 for the moth is I embrace transformation. That's the affirmation. I embrace transformation. As its delicate wings take to the starlit skies like ribbons, the moth is a sight to behold. Like the butterfly, it too emerged from metamorphosis as a winged beauty. It flutters through the sky in magic and wonder. A period of great transformation is upon you. To reap its full benefits, you must be willing to embrace the darkness of the unknown and trust you'll come through the experience as an even more incredible version of yourself. Allow yourself to witness and appreciate how major changes provide deep clarity about who you really, truly are. While sudden shifts and adjustments may feel like you've been thrown off your path, have trust in the divine. You are exactly where you need to be. Any recent shifts will only help to keep you moving forward. When one door closes, another door opens. Opportunities for growth are available to you in the now. And the journal prompts. Where in my life could I benefit from surrendering to allow change? Where in my life could I benefit from surrendering to allow change? This actually reminds me of what I was talking about for maybe several of the cards. I don't know. It feels familiar with what I was saying with one of the cards. Maybe in the tolerance card. Alright, so that was number 42 for the moth. Then we have number 21, the rainbow fluorites. Meditation is an important part of my spiritual journey. Blends of green, purple, and deep blue make this crystal stand out amongst the rest. When held up to the sunlight, the individual colors stick out even more, and with each turn of the hand, a new pattern can be found. Rainbow fluorite is a potent stone that can help to cleanse the aura and clear out negative energy. Rainbow Fluorite encourages you to meditate in the coming days, making space for the clarity of the patterns in your life to emerge. Even 3 minutes in the morning can make all the difference before you go out and about your day. Give your mind and body the rest it needs and connect with your breath. Let it fill you and rejuvenate you. The breath is our life force, prana, and it carries you throughout life. Taking just a few moments of your time to rest the outer eyes can bring you to a peaceful state and realign your energy. Hold fluorite in your hand or keep it in your space to amplify your cleansing practices. Journal prompt. What is the best way for me to incorporate meditation into my practice? Alright, and then number 17, labradorites. Very beautiful stone. Labradorites. I am open to great periods of transformation. So we have 2 cards about transformation and we have 1 card about meditation. So some of you might find transformation through meditation, through incorporating meditation. Like everything just ties together and I love when that happens. Okay. So with shades of blue, green, and gold, labradorite is a distinctive crystal that holds a strong connection to the channeling your highest self. Caught in just the right light, the crystal's iridescence shines like no other. Labradorite is a stone of awakening. It is a call to your higher purpose. You can no longer put off your destiny in this lifetime. A stone of the new moon, labradorite symbolizes a period of new beginnings to come. Use this time to set intentions for where you'd like to see yourself and plan for the journey ahead. Call on your guides if you feel like you have questions unanswered, so you can make a decision with all of the awareness you need. Now is not the time to rush. It is a time to recognize the transformation to come and prepare yourself to welcome it with open arms. Journal prompts. How can I prepare myself for change? Awesome. So that is everything. Those are all the cards that we pulled. I love that energy. Transformation, meditation. Just taking some time to breathe. Maybe when I do have like my tea brewed and everything, we'll just have like a few moments at the beginning just to take a breath. I would love to make it kind of like a morning ritual type of thing. So maybe since I'm scheduling these ahead of time, maybe I'll have it scheduled early in the morning so that, you know, if this becomes a weekly thing, you guys can like check in every morning, every Tuesday morning and kind of, well, I guess you can do it with all my readings technically, but kind of just sit with it and just, you know. I know this ended up being a longer reading, so I do apologize, but I hope that you were able to take something away from this reading and come away feeling refreshed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely leave the journal prompts either in the description or in the comment box, so you guys can read the journal prompts again, and maybe the affirmations as well. So I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for joining me.